So I'm absolutely delighted to have the chance to talk to Gigi Edgley today, best known to most, I'm sure, as Chiana from Farscape, but we're interested in a few other things today. And I'd like to talk to you first, if I may, about your appearance in Star Trek Continues. In the episode, it's such a long name, I've got to refer to my notes, Come Not Between the Dragons.
A very, very beautiful episode. I'm dear friends with Vic Mignogna, and he's just a legend in my eyes. And we initially met on the convention circuit, and after many deep and meaningfuls, he said, I think you're a very interesting soul, and we're going to develop a script for you. So that's where that script came from. And I was like, yeah, we'll see. And then I read it, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is amazing. So it literally is handwritten from the conversations we've had. It's very, very cool. I don't think that's ever happened to me before, so I feel very blessed to be part of that process.
So the character was Eliza Taylor.
Yes.
And
Vic wanted it to be, the initials to be E.T.
Ah.
So he had actually come up with another name, Edna, I can't remember what the last name was. And I was like, no, it's not going to, no. And then he goes, all right, well, you make it up. And I was like, okay, give me a moment. And so we both kind of workshopped it and came up with Eliza Taylor.
And the basic storyline, of course, is an alien comes on board the Enterprise and communicates rather well with your character rather than anyone else.
Yeah.
And there's a degree of empathy between, I'd describe as the creature rather than the monster, who comes on board on your character. And it's something, I think, to do with parental issues.
Yes, absolutely. So one of the fortunate things we have with science fiction, I think, that we all agree on, is that you can explore issues that aren't necessarily approachable if we did it with humans. And so if you do it in outer space, there's something a little bit more, you can actually go into the deep and dark stuff a lot easier. So in that final scene, it was actually one of the things when I read a script and how I know it's good is that there's no acting involved, you just read it and it unravels you, and it did. Was very tricky actually to get past that last monologue because I kept on losing it like emotionally, and they're like, it's good, but okay, we need to hear what you're saying. Because I'm like,
So I think I've got the line because this is what I picked out of it. It's when you lash out, you become less the father he loves and more the monster he fears. Mm-hmm. And this is talking to the daddy monster or daddy creature about the way he's treating the younger creature, and I think the character finishes by saying, my father never changed, but you can. Yeah. That's very powerful.
Yeah, very, very special. And we actually got some pretty amazing response. The producers received some really beautiful messages from people that had watched it, and it was quite amazing the people that it reached and the effect that it had on them.
Yeah, and of course you're on the new adventure of being a mum yourself.
Yes, my little girl. She's beautiful. First name Sky, middle name Walker, and she's just the best thing that's ever happened to me in my entire life. I'm completely obsessed with her.
I must say, I picked out of your talk yesterday that you have a dog called MacGyver.
Yes.
I wondered what other science fiction references you've thrown into your own life.
Well, my guy's name is Jed, and he always refers to himself because everyone goes, oh, hello, Jeb. And he's like, no, it's not Jeb, it's Jed, like as in Return of the Jedi without the eye. So slowly we've got sci-fi creatures and critters all throughout the family, or, interesting characters within the mob. I have seven brothers and sisters throughout Australia as well. Yeah, and they haven't met Sky yet, so we're heading to Australia in April so they can all meet her. So yes, the aliens will be on the move in April.
Well, talking of creatures and monsters, of course, you famously worked on Farscape with Jim Henson's Creature Workshop.
Yes.
And Pilot and Dargo and, sorry, I forget the name of the lion-looking creature.
The small one?
Yes.
Or that Rigel?
Rigel, that's it, yes.
I would refer to him as the slug. The lovable slug.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes lovable.
But is that what led into you getting the job with the again, to get the right name, the Creative Shop Challenge, Jim Henson's Creature Shop Creative Challenge?
So it was I was actually living in Australia at the time, and I got approached by the Hensons and Sci-Fi Channel, and they said, would you be interested interested in hosting Jim Henson's Creature Shop Challenge, and I was like, yes, do it, please, yes, absolutely. So I came back to LA and we filmed a season of that, and I loved it because it's not very often you get to see inside the Henson Studios, and we've all been affected by, the Muppets or Dark Crystal, Labyrinth, the Storyteller. So it was really cool to actually see how these creatures are made and the process that people have to go through. And it was insane, like the challenges that we set for the designers were just mind-blowing. 3 days to come up with not only fabricating it, designing, building the animatronics, and then performing the creatures as well for amazing judges.
Wow. And is it like, there's these stories that come off the sets of Star Wars that everyone who's given a lightsaber automatically makes the noises because they think that's what they're meant to do.
Absolutely.
And you were saying in your talk yesterday that you'd be doing a scene with Rigel, and then you would talk to the puppet after you'd finished to say, how was that? When in fact it's the chaps underneath operating it.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you sort of immerse yourself into the realism of the puppet.
Yes, absolutely.
Is that convincing?
Yes, 100%. You look into their eyes and they have a soul in there. They're so lifelike. It's terrifying when you see them on the side of set and they're not animated and they're not up and moving. It's kind of like, ooh. So yeah.
Well, talking about reality, of course, you have hashtag that you're promoting this weekend. Would you like to tell us all a bit about it?
So hashtag is a beautiful short film, and we're using it to hopefully promote an anthology series because it's very, it's almost got a bit of a Black Mirror energy about it. It's a comment on social media and where we're all heading with that terrifying thing in our lives that is so, like, I'm completely addicted to it, I know that much, and it's great because you get to communicate one-on-one with, you get to share your voice, you don't have to go for a middleman like an agent or anything like that, so you get to express how you feel about things, but then also that can be quite scary as well. So it's a social media maven, and she has around 8 million viewers, as you do, subscribers, and she thinks that she's got it all, and then her world starts to unravel. I think that's all I'm allowed to say.
Right, okay. How and when will people be able to see it?
We're shopping around the festival circuit at the moment, and then stay tuned. I'll put it on my website, which is gigiedgley.com, and I've got links to all my social media fun stuff there as well. And as soon as it's officially released, I'll pop it up there.
Fabulous. Gigi, thank you so much. It's been lovely to meet you.
Thank you.